Okay, we're recording. Hello, everyone. Welcome. So excited for all of you. There's a lot of new faces. Um, we're going to jump right into this. You guys are all brand new. Most of you just joined for $49, which is super awesome. So Stephanie and I are going to kind of go over, we're going to introduce ourselves, tell our story a little bit, and then jump into the main things that we work on every single day that have got us both to double diamond, and we both are now home with our babies and do this full time. So I'll introduce myself really quickly and kind of tell my quick story for those of you that don't know, and then Steph will go. So I'm Leanne, if you don't know me. I joined this business about 3.5 years ago. I was in college when I started, and all I wanted was just an extra $200 a month to help me pay my car payment. That's really all I saw out of this, and very quickly I got to around $200 a month, and I was very happy with that. I did not see this ever being, my full-time thing. I never wanted that. I never wanted to be a stay-at-home mom. I was finishing school, starting my career. I got engaged, I got married. I had so much life happening so fast, and that's what I was concentrated on. But for 2 full years, my first 2 years of this business, I stayed very consistent with it. I still talked about the products, used them every day, loved this company no matter what. I just never really put in the work or the effort to go further than that. And then after I got married, shortly after, I knew that we were going to start a family very soon, and we wanted to buy a house, and I was in a lot of student loan debt, and we were just living paycheck to paycheck, and I really didn't like my life like that. I realized that my job was very hard. I worked in the operating room. I was working around 50 or more hours a week. I was on call all the time. I had to work on holidays and weekends because I was new, and it was just sucking the life out of me. I loved it, but I didn't like all the hassle. I didn't like waking up at 5 a.m. I didn't like missing out on things, and I didn't like that I was going to top out at a certain pay at some point, and I wasn't going to be able to afford to do things in my life that I wanted. So a lot of my friends and other leaders in this company, I have seen do amazing things and go to the top. So I was like, well, if all these people can do this, why can't I do it? What makes me different? So I just decided to go all in January of 2018. So about a year and a half ago, I decided to go all in for this. And you guys will just see really soon like what all in means. It means doing these things that we're going to tell you every single day, no matter what. And I just took my business seriously, started treating it like a business. And Stephanie and I went to our conference that's in Florida every year in February. We went to that conference the next month. In January, by the way, so my 2-year mark, I promoted for the very first time to executive. It took me 2 full years to go executive. So some of you, if you start to get frustrated that you're not going faster, just remember, it hasn't taken you 2 years, so you're fine. You will get there. Just don't give up. And then 2 months later in March, I double promoted to Emerald. Emeralds make around $1,000 a month, and I earned a $5,000 bonus. And then I worked all summer on this business. I found out I was pregnant, and that fired me up even more. I was like, okay, I have to change something, because at this point, I mapped it out in my head. I would probably only see my baby around 3 hours a day if I was still working the way I was working. And I'm exhausted when I got home from working in the operating room, and I just hated that. And I didn't know how we were going to afford daycare and a baby. So I worked my butt off all summer long while pregnant, while sick to my stomach, literally couldn't keep anything down, still working in the operating room. And in October, I promoted to the first leadership rank in this company called Diamond. You guys are going to hear that a lot. And I earned a $7,500 bonus. Diamonds average around $2,000 a month. And then 4 months later in February, the same month I had my baby, I also promoted to double diamond, and I promoted my husband to diamond. So we earned another $25,000 in bonuses. So in about 13 months of making a decision to go all in with this, I replaced my full-time income. Actually, I tripled it, and I earned around $37,000 in bonuses. So that's my story. I am in love with this company. I'm in love with our products. If you were just on the family call, you probably heard them say we're coming out with new product lines. We're constantly like revamping our products, finding out what the trends are, and just running with it. And our company's incredible, and I love it. I'm here for life. So that's my story. I'll let Steph go.
Hi, you guys. Okay. Well, I'm Stephanie, and I have been in the company for a little over 3.5 years, actually coming up on my 4 years. I am also a double diamond, and my journey is a lot different than Leanne's. And that's what's crazy is anybody can do this, any walk of life. And be successful at it. So when I started, I only wanted to get hair and nail money. I first joined, I got the stretch mark cream and the wraps, and I loved them, but we couldn't afford for me to keep ordering them. And so a friend was like, why don't you try doing this, and you can make money and get the products for free. And I was like, sure, okay. I had no idea like what network marketing was. Like, you guys, I was so oblivious. And I was like, yeah, if I could make like 50 to 100 bucks a month, that'd be awesome. Cause then I could get my hair and nails, not have to worry about it. Like, not have to feel guilty for spending money on myself. So I joined. I was working as a bartender at the time. So I was working nights. I had a 1-year-old who me and my husband were just basically passing by each other. He would work days. I would work nights. Sometimes he would work 60, 70 hours a week. And so I was already in the company for a couple months, and I really was just like seeing all these moms be able to come home to their kids. And I was like, okay, well, I'm unhappy doing what I'm doing. I don't ever get to put my son to bed. So I'm going to just do this. And I got to work, and I went Emerald within 8 months of joining. So I was making around in between, like, it was like 1,000 to 1,500 a month. And I was able to quit my job and come home, and that was amazing. We found out shortly after I came home that I was pregnant with our second son, and I got put on bed rest, right? Like, I think I was 16 weeks when I got put on bed rest. And so with the toddler, I worked from bed and still was bringing in an income from bed while growing a tiny little human. And so fast forward, we had him, and then I kind of was just happy with where I was at. You know, I was home with my boys, and something just fired me up, and I was like, I want more. Like, I need more. My family deserves more. And I put my head down, and me and Leanne figured out what we needed to do. We figured out what we were doing was not giving us the results that we wanted. So we trialed and errored different things and figured out what works. And once we figured out what was working, we both got to work. And I went diamond in June of last year. June of last year. Yes. I don't even know what August of last year I went diamond, and then in I don't even know what months, in March I went double. I'm so
I was gonna say,
bad.
do you want me to tell you what months you promoted? Because I know.
Right, I'm so bad at like what month. They all just blend together. Then I promoted to double, and it has been amazing. So when I promoted to, all in all, I think I've made 42,000 in bonuses, because I got an emerald bonus, a diamond bonus, and the bonuses were different when I got my emerald bonus, and Leanne got emerald. We all got the same bonuses. So anyways, that's my story. And now I'm home full time with both my boys and helping you guys be able to do the same. And, you know, when I started, I never thought that me being able to be home would ever be a possibility. And now I've been home for, this is my third summer, which it just completely blows my mind. Like, it's just crazy, you guys. So crazy to think like I don't have to worry about taking time off work to go to the park with my kids, or just do whatever we want. And I fit this business into my life as I'm doing those things. You know, I still work my business every day, no matter what I'm doing. So Leanne and I are going to get into what working your business looks like, and what you should be doing every day to be working your business. You want me to start, Leanne?
Yeah, go ahead. The one other thing I do want to say is one of the best things this business has done for me is give me my best friend, because Stephanie's my best friend and we met because of this business. So I just wanted to add that. That's something I never thought I would find, is like lifelong friends, and I've found friends all over the country because of this. So go ahead.
Yes. Amen to that. This company has given us a lot more than just a paycheck. Friendships, our mindset. Like, we're both completely different people. You know, I'm a stronger mom. I'm a stronger wife. I'm a stronger leader. All of these things just because of the things that this company teaches you to do. But we're gonna dive into what we should be doing every day and what it looks like to run your business. Because it's not, you know, there's a little bit of each different things that you need to be doing every day. You can't just do one thing and not do all the rest. These 6 things that we're gonna talk about have to be done. One has to be done for the next 5 to work. So you have to do all of them, if that makes sense. Okay. So very first thing that you need to be doing every day is posting on your social media. So either your Instagram and your Facebook. You can be posting on your feed and your stories. So stories are huge, and I'm going to get into that in just a second, but posting. So we post a lot of different ways. I want to talk about lifestyle. So you don't want to just blow up your feed with all It Works stuff. Like, oh, hi, I'm now an It Works distributor, so all I talk about is It Works. No, people want to relate to you. You need to still be the person that you are, and you're just going to implement It Works into your life. So if you're a mom and you post pictures of your kids, continue to post pictures of your kids. If you're a dog mom, continue to post pictures of your dogs, or whatever it is that you enjoy. Do that. Post those things. Still be a real person, because that's how people are going to connect with you. People are going to buy you before they ever buy a product that you're trying to sell. You have to form that relationship, and being yourself is going to make them trust you. It's going to make them know you, like you, and trust you. So we post about our life, and then we post about our business. So you can post about products and about the opportunity. We do a little of both, but a lot of our product posts are more on our stories. We do post the products on our feed, but not every single day. We generally talk about the opportunity on our feed every day. So that could be something that's like, I take a picture of us at the park, and I talk about how I'm able to bring my business to the park with me. And, you know, I just helped my friend Mandy and Lacey. I just helped them get started on their business from the park, you know, so I'm showing my audience how I can work my business from wherever I'm at. So those are called opportunity posts. We talk about, you know, if you look at mine and Leanne's feed, you can just see all the different ways that we talk about this opportunity. So we talk about that on our feed, and then our stories is where we talk a lot about the products. So we make our coffees every single morning. We make our coffee, and that's where like 80% of our customers have come from, is just by literally taking your coffee and literally making your coffee while talking to people. And you don't even not every time do we tell them like, oh, I'm adding in this or this or this. You know, sometimes we're just talking about like what we're doing that day while we're making our coffee. So keep an eye on our pages so you guys can see how we do that, and do it yourself. As soon as you get your kits and you have your coffee in there and you start making your coffee, people are going to be intrigued and wonder what it is that you're making. So the same thing goes for posting as far as on your stories. You don't want to just do all products, all opportunity. You need to throw your life in there too. So Leanne and I, we aim to post to our story about once every hour. It doesn't always happen like that, but that's kind of, you know, what we aim for. But depending on your life, you just want to try to post about 7 to 10 times on your actual story. And that can be product, that can be quotes, that can be really anything. We do a lot of taking videos while we're out, or boomerangs, or anything. You guys are influencers now, so people want to see what you're doing, and that's how they begin to know, like, and trust you. I can't talk. So I think that, I mean, that's the basics of posting and stories. Do you want to go into number 2, Leanne?
Yeah, the only other thing I want to add in about posting is some of you guys are probably like, well, that's cool. You guys talk about how like you make money with this business and it's paying for whatever, but I haven't made any money yet. So I want you guys to understand you can talk about the business and the opportunity before you ever even make money. You should be talking about what this is going to do for you. You should be talking about how it's going to pay for your groceries, or it's going to your savings account, or it's going to help you go on vacation or pay off your debt. Whatever your goals are, that's what you should be talking about. And what's really awesome is since the very beginning, I've been talking about paying off my student loans faster. And, you know, at first it was just paying my car payment, and then I paid off my car. And people saw that and they were like, dang, she actually did that with her business. So you have to shout it out now, and then it's going to happen. I promise if you stay consistent, it will happen. And then you can prove it and say, look, just paid off, you know, this bill or this car, this debt because of this business. So that's when people really take you seriously. So we're taking people on a journey. We are taking people on a really long journey with us on our life. So you got to show them your life, show them what this is doing for you. Even if you get a $30 paycheck, I don't even care. I think my first paycheck was like $40, $45. And that doesn't matter. It's going to go up. So if it's $40, go to the grocery store, post a picture of your cart and say it paid for a barbecue this weekend, or paid to fill up my gas tank. Those things, people actually join just for those things. So
I sign most of my distributors from I pick up our groceries on Monday every week, and every single week I take a picture of my groceries and I talk about how this business pays for our groceries. And like Leanne said, even if you're not making money yet, you can talk about how you're so excited because now, because of your side business, you're not going to have to budget groceries anymore. You're going to be able to get those extra. You're not going to have to put diapers on a credit card anymore, because I know when I joined, we were putting my son's diapers on our Target credit card because we couldn't afford it. And so when I was able to not have to use this credit card for formula and diapers, and I was able to pay cash for those, it was huge for me to just talk about those little things. And you know, what brings you value, what you joined for, somebody else is also wanting that same thing. So don't think that, you know, you putting $25 in your gas tank isn't a big deal. Like, it's a huge deal. A lot of people can't do that. So talk about that.
Yeah. So like I said, wrapping this up, people are just going to follow you. They're going to follow you on a journey, and people are eventually going to join you. So being super consistent with your posting and talking about what this will do for you is going to pay off over time. I'm not going to call out this person, but there's someone on this call right now that has watched me since the day I started my business. So they have literally seen every single thing. She's right there. She's seen every single step of the way the last 3.5 years. Everything this has done for me, she has been a part of it. She has seen it, and now she's here. So you guys just have to stay consistent and show every little thing along the way, and people are going to watch you, and eventually they're going to get on board and they're going to want to try this too. So that's all I have about to add into posting, but I'm going to talk about growing your network. So we are in network marketing. So we need to be growing our network. When y'all join, you have a warm market is what we like to call it. And that's your current friends and family and everyone that's already on your social media. That's your warm market. So those are the people we highly recommend that you reach out to first. And we'll kind of talk about this next. But those are the people that you should be talking to and that know you. They actually know you as a person, or they know you already on social media. So from there, the warm market you have right now is not going to take you to diamond, is not going to take you to these promotions, is not going to make you a lot of like tons and tons of money, because Stephanie and I think, well, I mean, my warm market didn't even take me to my first rank. So you guys have to be willing to grow your network, start adding new people in, because people need to watch. The more people you have watching, the more people that are going to join, the more people that are going to try your products. I would say in the last 2 years, I mean, 98% of all the distributors and customers that have enrolled with me are people I've met on social media. Most, like some of you are on here and I've met you through social media. So you have to be growing your network so more people are seeing what you have to offer. And I started with about 100 followers on Instagram, like 500 friends on Facebook. I started with nothing. And now I'm at over 9,000 followers on Instagram. That didn't happen overnight. But if you're really consistent and you keep following people, and I'm going to talk about this, you're going to grow your network really fast, and you're going to start to see new people you don't even know reaching out to you and wanting this stuff. So some of the ways to grow your network. On Instagram, I usually try and add or follow around 200 new people a day. That's about the max that Instagram lets you do without getting blocked. That algorithm is always changing and Instagram's always updating, so this might change, but some of you are probably like, dang, that's a lot of people. Honestly, it takes me not even 5 minutes to follow 200 people. If you're doing it fast, like you can just follow, you can follow people really fast. So don't think that this is going to take you hours to follow that many people. So a couple ways to do it. The way I really like to do it is I find, like, you're just scrolling through Instagram, you find a friend that got a lot of likes on their picture, make sure it's a quality picture, a good like person you're following, and I click on their likes, and then I just start following the people that like their picture. It's that simple. You can even go into Instagram's search bar and go to places, and you can search places near you or where you want to grow a team. So I search a lot of places around Oregon because that's where I'm from, and I connect with a lot of people around here. So I'll search places around here. I'm also a new mom, so I will search places that moms take their kids. The park, the pool, museums, the zoo. Those are the places that I'm searching, and I go and I find people that checked in that have kids, and I'll go and follow those people because I can connect to those people. So I highly recommend you're following people you're going to actually connect with. So it be like people in your area that you live in, or if you're a mom, like, follow other moms. If you're a college student, go find places that college students check into and follow other college students. Really figure out what your audience is going to be like. Who's going to connect to you? So when I first started, it was all college students that I was following because I was in college. Now that I'm a mom, I'm trying to follow as many moms as I can. And I actually did a really good job at this while I was pregnant. I was following other pregnant people, other pregnant women. And now that I just had my baby, all these people on my feed are having their babies, and all of our babies are the same age. So I have so many people that I'm connecting with because we all are having kids at the same time. And a lot of them are also new moms. So really try and make sure you're following good quality people by doing those things. So like I said, around 200 people a day, and really just search places or find a friend on Instagram and go follow the people that like their picture. I do not count. I don't count like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I don't do that. I just kind of guesstimate in my head who, like, how many I'm following. And a lot of the time I'll only do like 100 in the morning and like 100 at night. So I'm not doing it all at once. And it goes by really fast. And then on Facebook, it's really different. So Facebook will only let you friend around 20, 25 people a day. So these people, you really want to make sure are good quality people that you want to friend on Facebook. So you can do this the same as far as like go to a friend on Facebook that you have and go to their suggested friends and follow people that it like recommends you also friend with. So I usually make sure that these people have mutual friends, like 5 or more mutual friends. That way it's not like, how in the world would we know each other? You can also go into groups on Facebook. So I'm in a lot of new mom groups, or, you know, pregnancy groups when I was pregnant, and dog mom groups. I'm in a lot of groups, and I'll go into those groups and I'll find people that are active in those groups and I'll go friend them. So now we have something in common. And if people ever do message you, which this only happens on Facebook, nobody on Instagram cares, but on Facebook, for some reason, people say, do I know you? I always just say, no, but we're in the same new mom group and I'm just trying to find new mom friends. And that's all I say. And most of the time they're like, oh, okay, like, how old's your kid? And like the conversation just starts. So that's what I do if I get that message. But yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say about growing your network. Take it very seriously, because if you want to keep expanding your business, you need to keep adding more people in front of you and seeing your stuff every single day. Yeah, Steph, do you have anything else about that? Great. Do you want to talk about messaging?
Alrighty. Okay. 1 second, hold on. Okay, so there's lots of different ways that you can message. First thing you want to do is you want to message your friends and family and let them know what you just started. You want to be excited and just ask them for their support. And if you go into our team page, you will see scripts in there that you can copy and kind of alter. I'm not going to go through the scripts on all the messaging because then we'd be here forever. So you can go and copy the scripts in the team page, the Be Obsessed page, and alter it how you would like, make it sound more like you, things like that. But first, you want to reach out to your friends and family and just let them know what you got started with and ask them for their support. Ask them if they want to be a product tester, and give them a list. It has, I think the list has like 7 or 8 different categories, and they can pick a category and you can give them product information. So that's messaging right when you start. You're going to end up messaging your we call it a hundreds list. You're going to end up messaging all those people. So after you've done that, the next thing, hold on, sorry. Alert on my page. The next thing you want to do is go to your followers on Instagram and message. So what Leanne and I do is we went down to the bottom of our followers on Instagram and we just reach out to people. Basically, we ask them, I can read you that one since that one's, hold on. We each have a different, I have a different message depending on the person too, but to sum up the message, it basically just says, hey hun, I hope I'm not bugging you, but we've been following each other for a little bit and I don't know if you've been seeing my stuff, but I'm looking for a few product models to try out a few things on my list and give me your honest review. In return, I'll give you a huge discount for helping me out. Do you think this is something you'd be interested in? And they'll say yes or no, and then you give them the list of your products, and that's how you start a conversation. The goal for messaging is not for them to sign up right then and there. It's to plant a seed. So you can also reach out to people if you think they'd be really good at this business. You can reach out to them and ask them and tell them, that you think they would be good at what you do, and ask if they would be willing to hear more about the business. So we message on Instagram that way. Those are called product model messages. And then we do host to post too. Should I go into host to post, Leanne, just a little bit? What do you think? Yeah, okay. So what host to post is, and there's a whole host to post training in the group too. So if you don't we're not going to spend like the host to post can have its own training just in itself. So go and watch the training videos in the group. But what host to post is basically asking somebody to post for you, and you're going to give them a post. Generally about our coffee or cleanse, one of our products. You'll give them a post and they'll post it for you. In return, they can be entered into our giveaway. So we generally do a different giveaway each month. Right now we're doing different $25 gift cards, a gas gift card, a diapers gift card, and a grocery gift card. So they can be entered into our giveaway just for posting for you. So that's how we message on Facebook, because I would not send the product model message on Facebook. That's for Instagram. The vibes between the two platforms are just different. So I wouldn't recommend reaching out for a product model message on Facebook. We use host to post for Facebook, and you can do host to post on Instagram too. But for starting out, I would definitely recommend doing it on Facebook. And so you can just go down your Facebook friends list and just message your friends and ask them if they would be willing to host a post for you, or if they'd be willing to put up a post on their wall. I can read you really quick my message that I sent. So I know Leanne does it a little bit different. So Leanne, if you want to say how you do your host to post, you can too. So I message and I just say, hey, hun, can I ask you a quick question? Or I say, hey, can I ask you a quick question? No, I'm not asking you to buy anything. Laugh out loud. Like if I've talked to them before, like I'm just reiterating, like, no, I'm not. If I've already sent them a product model message, I'm just like, oh, haha, you know. And a lot of times they'll just be like, yeah, what's up? And I just say, I'm just asking them if they'd be willing to host a post for me, and in return they'll be entered in my giveaway. And then when they post for me, they get entered in the giveaway, and then they are now a potential too, because they're going to be seeing your stuff that way. A lot of our people that we reach out to actually host a post turn around and end up becoming a customer as well, or a distributor, because they are interested in the product that you're asking them. So messaging is huge, you guys. You cannot just be posting and think people are going to come to you. You have to be reaching out and asking people. That's what we do. That's our job, is to ask people if they're interested. And what it's doing is it's planting a seed. So now what they're going to do is they're going to start watching your feed. They're going to start watching your stories. So maybe they don't message you back right then and there, but now they are seeing your stuff. And so now they're going to be more interested. So you've planted the seed and now you're watering it by posting. So if you go send out 100 messages, hold on, I'm going to sneeze. Whew. If you plant 100, or if you go send out 100 messages and you only get like 5 or 6 messages back, that's okay, because in a month or two or whatever, they're going to come back around. There's so many people that I've messaged that end up not replying to me right away, but they end up, now they're watching my stuff and they're like, okay, I've been watching you make your coffee every morning, what's in it? And so just don't get discouraged right away. I know it probably could be easy to send out a bunch of messages and not get the replies back that you want. Your goal to messaging is not for somebody to sign up right then and there. And that's why we say all of these steps, all of these 6 things you do, all filter into each other, because you can't message new people if you're not growing your network. Your posting isn't going to be as effective if you're not messaging. So they all work together. So if you are just messaging and you're not posting, not growing your network, all those things, then your messaging isn't going to work. So you have to be doing a little bit of each of these things that we tell you for all of them to work. It's kind of like a circle. It just, each little thing feeds the next thing so that it all works together. But yeah, I think that's all I have for messaging. And like I said, you can go into the group and see the scripts on messaging and copy and paste them.
Yeah. A lot of new people especially get stuck on people saying, oh, well, I messaged, but I got told no, or everyone left me on red. And I want you guys to know that that's 100% normal. I get told no every single day. I get left on red every single day. And most of those people, like Stephanie said, come back around eventually and they end up ordering or wanting more info. But I'm planting those seeds. I'm like just trying to start a conversation. If they don't answer me, that's totally fine. If they say no thanks, that's fine, because a lot of people do come back later. I can't even tell you how many people come back later. What was the other thing I was going to say? I don't remember what the other thing I was going to say about messaging was, but it's extremely, extremely important. Oh, for the first 2 years of my business, when I never promoted and was not making very much money, I wasn't messaging. No one taught me that. And so when I finally decided, when Stephanie and I were like, okay, well, what we're doing isn't working, all we were doing was posting, but we weren't messaging. So that was the thing we were missing. We went and watched training videos. We taught ourselves on YouTube how to work this business. And we learned that the leaders in this business, the top income earners, are messaging people. So that's what we started doing. And within, a couple months of that, we became we're in the top 2%, now the top 1% of the company. So messaging is huge, you guys. Huge, huge, huge part of this. If you're really scared to do it, I understand. I was so nervous when I started, reaching out to people. I didn't like it when people told me no. It was out of my comfort zone. I was really shy and introverted, and now I'm super outgoing. I will go talk to anyone about anything, and it just happens over time. The other thing I want to point out is before I was messaging people, I would sign maybe 2 to 4 customers a month. The first month I started messaging, I signed 12. The second month I signed 12. The third month I signed 46. And that was because month 1 and month 2, I was messaging, and all of those people were now watching all my stuff. And by month 3, they were all ready to sign up. So I've literally been messaging like this for the last year and a half. I am constantly on the top enrollers list in the company, and that is because I am talking to so many people, because I message so many people. So if you guys aren't happy with your enrollments, or you feel like you're not in good conversations, go message new people. I promise you, it will all come together. You just have to be reaching out to people. So that's all I have to say about that. The next thing I was going to talk about is follow-ups. So this is huge. This is even bigger than messaging. So we message, we have conversations with people. Maybe people talk to us, they come to us, they see our stories, they're interested. As soon as I'm in a conversation with somebody, they're going onto a follow-up list, because now I know they're interested. And if you're interested once, you're going to be interested forever until you tell me no or you block me. So following up is huge. It takes the average person 7 to 20 follow-up messages before they sign up. I want you guys to write that down. 7 to 20 follow-ups before they become a customer or a distributor. 7 to 20. And I actually shared some of this with some of our team earlier today. And a lot of you on here, I followed up with you a lot before you joined. A lot. Caitlin and I were talking about this earlier. I think it was over a year of follow-ups. Abby was over a year. A lot of you, it was so long. Carrie, I think it was 18 months or something. I don't know. It's crazy, you guys. So you have to keep following up with people. I don't care if people don't reply to my messages, if they Like literally, if they just say I don't have money, that's fine. I'll check in with them in 2 weeks when they get paid again. So a big part of this is finding out when people are going to get paid. So when people say, oh, I have to wait till payday, my response is, okay, that's fine. When's payday? I'll save you a discount for that day. And then they usually will tell me, oh, it's next Friday. And I say, perfect. So now they're in my phone for next Friday. And on Friday, I go and I send them a follow-up message. And as soon as I send that message, I change my follow-up message alert in my phone to 2 Fridays from now. So let's just think smart about this, you guys. Most people get paid on Friday, and most people it's every other Friday. Other popular days to get paid are the 10th and the 25th. So if someone tells me they get paid on Wednesday, which is the 10th, then I know they're probably also going to get paid on the 25th. So they go in my phone on the 10th and on the 25th every single month. I always follow up on their payday forever until they tell me no. And some people, it's like 20 times a year later, and then they finally join. But you know what? I need customers right now, and I need customers in a year. So I don't care if they join right now or in a year. They're going to join eventually. They're going to order products eventually. They're going to be in a place to do that, or they're going to want to try the business. So always follow up, keep following up over and over and over again. And if you don't know, like if you're feeling you're stuck, you don't know what to say for a follow-up, you can reach out to us. I feel like I'm the second follow-up queen. Jade Hooper is the #1 follow-up queen. She's a top income earner in our company, and I feel like I'm right there behind her because I never stop. My follow-up list today was like 60 people. It was insane, but it'll go fast. So the other thing about following up, you guys, is you have to stay organized. So if you don't already have a system going, you're going to find a system that's going to work for you. Stephanie and I do this completely differently. So we'll both kind of talk about what we do. What I do is I like using my phone for follow-ups. So if you have an iPhone, there's an app that comes on your phone, Reminders, and you can schedule reminders. So I have a scheduled, you guys can't really see it, but there's a scheduled tab. And then once I talk to somebody and they say, okay, I want to order the coffee on Friday, then I go to my Reminders app, I add a person, I write their name, I write where I'm talking to them, so either Instagram or Facebook, I write what product or distributor, depending on what I'm talking to them about. And then and then if it is their actual payday that they told me, I write payday. So when I'm following up, I go to all the people that I have payday next to. Those are the people that are probably going to order. If they are just someone I've been talking to about the product, but they haven't told me yes or no, or they haven't given me a date, I don't write payday. I just write their name and where I found or where I'm talking to them and what product it is. And then I set a reminder for that day. So they're all going to come up in a list on your phone, which I will turn my brightness down so I can show you guys. They all come up in a list on your phone, and they'll be like red. They'll be all highlighted red when they go off. I set all my reminders to go off at 8 p.m. every day. So at night is usually, well, I try and do mine in the morning, but at night, if I haven't done them, they'll all be highlighted, and I have to go through and I follow up with them, and then I go into their name and I change the date for the next time I'm going to follow up with them right away. And eventually, if they order or when they order, I just check them off and they're done. They're off my follow-up list. But I will say, once you do have customers, you need to be following up with your customers once they get their products, and I do that a different way. But that's pretty much how I do my follow-ups. I love how I do it. I love that it's on my phone. I started this when I was super busy and working. So when I was at work, I had my follow-up list on my phone with me at work. And no matter where I was, I could just add them in. And it worked really well for me. Stephanie does it a whole different way though. So I'll let her explain how she does it. You're muted, Steph.
Okay, so I'm a paper person. Like, I love having planners, and that's just what works best for me. I've tried to do it on my phone. I went out and bought an iPad, tried to do it on my iPad just so like I had it with me, and it just didn't work. I will say I still kind of use my phone in that way. If I'm out and about and I'm having a conversation with somebody, I just screenshot the conversation, and then before I go to bed every night, I take my planner out and I write everybody down that I talked to that day. And so, like, you know, I have my list of all the people that I'm supposed to be following up with. And so, like, if they're highlighted, that means they've ordered. So, like, I'll go back. I do it on Friday. I follow up with everybody. So like Leanne puts her people in her phone for 2 weeks out, or payday. So if I'm talking to somebody, they tell me that they're getting paid on like Friday the 12th, I'll write them down. But then on Friday, I follow up with all the payday people, and then I will go back through my list. So I'll take my list and I'll just start following up with all those people. And then I have like a master list written down for like promotions or like once a month, things like that, that I go back to, and then I go to if we, you know, like come out with a new product, things like that. But everybody I talk to gets written down in my planner, and then the next day I follow up with them. So if I talk to them today, I'm following up with them tomorrow, and then I'll follow up with them on Friday, and then Friday again, and then but then I do the same thing like Leanne. If I, you know, if I know that they're getting paid this Friday, I know they're not going to get paid next Friday, so I'll follow up with them in 2 weeks, 2 Fridays. So yeah, you just have to figure out what works for you and what works. You don't have to do it like we do it. You just have to figure out a system that works for you. Some people like see my planner and they're like, no, I'm not that. I don't want a planner. Like, that's just, I don't do that. So you can do it on your phone. And then I also have, I know this really isn't like follow-ups, but it's more organization. So this is like my potentials planner. And so all my potentials go in this planner. And then I have my like task list planner. So they're just they're two little thin planners. And so this is where I write down my 6 list, the list that we're talking about right now. So I'll write in here like my messaging, all those things, and I cross it off at night. And I'll write in other things like my kids' doctor's appointment, you know, whatever, just a life planner. So you just have to figure out what works best for you. If you really like your iPad, you can use GoodNotes in your iPad. There's some digital planners. I really liked it for like a week, and then I was like, I need a highlighter and I need a piece of paper. So yeah, that's basically how I do my follow-ups.
The other thing is I have everyone written down, and they say like distributor next to it or coffee or whatever. When we have a sale or a promotion like we just had for distributors, I can easily go into my phone, see every single person that has distributor next to their name, and I go and follow up with all of them as soon as I hear about a promotion. I don't care about payday. I don't care about when I was going to follow up with them. I go follow up with all of them. So sometimes we have other deals, like if the cleanse is on a BOGO, everyone that I've talked to about the cleanse, I go and follow up with them and tell them it's on a BOGO. So that's another really good thing about keeping track of who you're talking to and what you're talking to them about. So when we have promotions, you can capitalize on it really, really fast. And then Caitlin says, should we follow up with people who leave us on red? If it's the first message I've ever sent to them, no, I don't follow up with them. Eventually, I go back around and we like to unsend that message and resend a new one. So eventually, we'll just...
But that's like 6 to 8 months down the road.
Yeah. On Instagram, you can unsend a message that you've already sent. So I'll unsend it so it's no longer in our conversation, and we'll resend a new message, maybe the same kind of thing, or we'll ask them about something else, or, you know, we'll kind of restart it again, and they might be interested now that they've been watching. So, but that's usually way far down the road. That's not like...
And Caitlin, also, if you if you've been having a conversation with them, like say you've messaged them and, you know, they're interested in products, and you're following up with them and they keep leaving you on red, keep following up with them. If they've ever expressed interest, don't stop following up with them until they tell you to stop or sign up. Because if they're truly not interested anymore, they'll tell you like, oh, I'm not interested anymore. And they'll end up coming back around too.
So basically the way I see it is if someone's interested at all, they express interest, they say they want to try it, and you keep following up with them, and then as soon as you stop following up or you're taking too long in between your follow-ups, somebody else is going to come along and talk to them and they're going to join them. I just had a distributor, or this girl that told me she wanted to join my team. We've been talking for so long, months, and I followed up with her yesterday about joining because it's half off. And she said, sorry, I just joined last week. And I said, dang, I wish I followed up a week earlier. And I, like, you know, even though she was leaving me on red, someone else came along and stole all the work that I put in. I worked hard on following up with that girl, and somebody else just grabbed it. So just know someone else will sign them up if you decide to stop. Okay, let's move on to the next thing.
Okay. Okay, interactions. Interacting with people is huge. Each one of these things you're going to hear us say it's huge. Because like we said, I'm going to say it time and time again, everything plays a part in being successful. Interacting is probably one of the funnest parts of the business. If you're a social person and you like building relationships and you like talking to people, you're going to love interacting with people. So basically what we mean by interacting with people is we're going to go down our feed and on Instagram, and same with on Facebook, and we're going to like and comment things. We do, that's why it is important to follow people who have similar interests as you. Like if you're, if you're a mom with 3 kids, following a college student who's out partying is probably not the same interest level as you are. So when they're posting pictures, you're not going to have a lot to say on their pictures. But if you're following a mom, or say you're a nurse following other nurses, or if you are a college student, follow other college students, follow people that are like-minded, like you, so that you can build a relationship with them if you have the same interests with them. So what we do is we go down on our Facebook and Instagram, and we just like and comment on people's stuff. You know, if somebody is wearing a cute shirt, I'll be like, that shirt's so cute, where's it from? Or if I like their lipstick, I'll be like, what brand of lipstick is that? Like, I'll ask them a question so they can reply back to me. And it's just building the relationship, so that way when you do come around to message them, they're not like, oh, who's this person? It is okay to message somebody that you haven't interacted with. I want to say that. But if you are consistently interacting every single day, it is also making your stuff show up on their feed. So if I go to Leanne's page and I go comment on 4 or 5 of her pictures, and I'm consistently liking and commenting on her stuff, now because of the algorithms of Facebook and Instagram, they're going to put my stuff in her feed. So she's going to see my stuff more. If I'm not interacting with her, Instagram is not going to, I'm going to sneeze again. Excuse me. Instagram and Facebook is not going to put my stuff in their feed. So make sure you're just giving love. Like I say all the time, you got to give love to get love. And so if you are interacting on their stuff, they're going to come and interact on yours, which is going to make your posts show up more, which is going to make you have more likes, comments, things like that. So interacting on stories is huge too, because the more you interact on somebody's story, the more your story is going to show up on their storyline. And if you do a reply to a story, it comes to them as a message, which Instagram is going to be like, oh, you guys are messaging, you're having a conversation, you guys must be friends. So now I'm going to put all of her stuff in your feed. So I personally try to go through my Instagram stories 3 or 4 times a day, and I will And this is something that you can do super quick. So I know that every time I get in the car, I can have like 2 or 3 minutes to do something really quick. So I'll get the boys in the car, I'll jump in the car, and before I start the car, well, I start the car because I turn on the air conditioner, but before I go, I will go to my feed and I'll comment and like a bunch of a bunch of stuff, and then I'll go to my stories and I'll like comment and like on like 3 or 4 people. So now every time I step foot in my car, I know that I'm interacting for a couple minutes. I do it in the morning. I do it when I get into bed at night. I'll lay on my, lay and get ready for bed, and I'll just interact and like and comment on people's stuff. And you're truly building a relationship with that person. And when you do reach out to them about the business, they're not going to be like, who is this person? Because they're now have seen your stuff. Like, a lot of the times I'll go to message somebody and they'll be like, yeah, I've been watching you. And that's because I've spent the time to interact with them. So they already know me and know what I'm about before I've even reached out to them. Do you want to dive into the next thing, Leanne?
Yeah. The other thing with interactions is people are going to feel so comfortable with you that they're going to just come to you and they'll message you. So that's another really awesome thing about it. Okay, so we're on to the last thing that we do every day. So we've talked about a lot of things. This is one of the most important things. I mean, we keep saying that, but this business is 80% your mindset and 20% work. And a lot of people argue that it's actually 90-10. So personal development is huge. This is a huge part of your success. If you have a negative mindset, if you wake up on the wrong side of the bed and you let everything bug you and everything goes bad in your day and you're just down and negative and you're like, nobody wants my products, nobody wants to join my team, nobody's interested, well, then that's how it's going to be. But if you are constantly growing your mindset, having a positive attitude, and manifesting things, really like speaking out loud and saying like, I'm going to enroll a customer today. Like, I'm excited. I don't know who they are, but they're coming. I do this every day. Stephanie and I do this. We journal. You guys are going to laugh. You're going to be like, what are you in 4th grade? No, this is a real thing. And it's not scientifically proven, but I swear if you look at my enrollments when I'm journaling, I swear it's proven. So we talk about what we want. We journal about what we want. We do I am statements, affirmations. So we will say like, I'm a good mom. I am a good business owner. I am a top enroller in this company. I'm going to have the biggest paycheck I've ever seen this month. Like, we just go on and on and on about I am statements. And it's not always just about this business. It's also about our life. So it's about you as a mom or a wife or a spouse or whatever you're doing. We also read books, and one of the top ambassadors in this company actually kind of stuffed us in our face when they said the average millionaire reads 60 books a year. And how many are you reading? And we were like, oh, shoot. And they're like, don't you dare think that you deserve, $2,000 a month, $5,000 a month, $10,000 a month. Don't think you deserve that if you're not pouring back into yourself and growing yourself as a person. If you want your paycheck to grow, your mindset has to grow. That's the way I look at it. So there's tons of books. Some of my favorite books to offer, like to tell new distributors about, are Girl Wash Your Face by Rachel Hollis. You Are a Badass. I don't know who wrote that. Jen Sereno or something. Those are 2 really popular good books for like a starter. Oh, what's the other one?
Get Over Your Damn Self.
Yes, Get Over Your Damn Self. Her name's like Rami something. Those are good ones to start with. You can also go on to YouTube, just search like motivation or, stuff like that, and you're going to see tons of stuff. Listen to that. What else? Audiobooks are huge. I'm not a big reader. I don't like to just sit and read a book. I have started actually picking up books and reading them because I feel like it's growing me more as a leader and as a person, but I do a lot of audiobooks. And if you're like, I have no time for this, you guys do. If you're ever in the car, if you're traveling, have an audiobook playing. This is what I did when I was working full time. I listened to stuff on my way to work and on my way home while I was in traffic instead of music. It's a great time to do it. While you're getting ready in the morning, listen to something. Just like 20 minutes before you go to bed, make time to just like fill up your cup. Or in the morning before you look at your phone, do something that's going to put you into a good mood and in the right mindset. The days that I skip out on this stuff are the days that I have all these negative thoughts in my head and I don't know why. I just think like my business is crumbling, but nothing happened. It's all in my own head. So you guys have to be serious about growing your mind in order to grow your business. So if you need more suggestions on this, we have a post in the team page that talks about personal development, and it has a bunch of suggestions of books and different things you can do. Mandy just put in here that she has a bunch of ebooks that she can email to you guys if you want them. You can message her. That's really awesome of you, Mandy, to share those. But like I said, I would take this really seriously and go ask your upline for help on this, or go search it in our team page and you can learn more about this. I don't want to take a lot of time about this, but so those are the 6 things that we do every single day. We post like onto our page, we post onto our stories, we post all day long on our stories. We are growing our network every day. We are messaging new people every single day on Instagram and on Facebook for host to post. We are doing our follow-ups every day. Another good thing to do with follow-ups is to just go through your messenger, just go through it the last week, just scroll back and you're going to find a lot of conversations you probably missed or they fell off, and just reply to the person again if they read it and they haven't. Some people, I'm talking to them about the coffee and I explain what it is and then they read it and they don't reply. So I just message them again and I say, were you interested in that, or just something super simple? And they're like, oh yeah, sorry, my kid was screaming, I got busy, I forgot to reply. So we have to remember people have lives and they probably just forgot, or they got busy, or something happened. So go scroll through your messenger and just follow up with people that way. Interacting, if you're just scrolling through Facebook and Instagram, you better be commenting on people's stuff. Honestly, that's where a lot of people waste their time, is they're just scrolling and they're not doing anything to benefit their business. If you can scroll and make money, you just got to be interacting with people, not just scrolling. For people who showed interest and don't reply to a follow-up, how long till we should follow up again? It depends on the conversation, but if they leave me on red right away, within an hour, I'll reply to them again. Yeah, I don't wait very long. I want this fresh in their mind. I don't want to wait until they forgot about who I am or what I'm talking about. And then personal development is the last thing. So those are the 6 things we do every single day. It does not take 8 hours a day to do this stuff. I was working 50 hours a week, taking call, pregnant, and I still built my business up to diamond and earned bonuses and even to double diamond. So you guys can do this if you're busy. If you're like, holy crap, this is so much. It's really not. We do power hours, which are work hours. We do them on Mondays, and are we still doing Thursday? Yeah, so we do these on Mondays and Thursday nights, where it's usually 7:30 or 8 o'clock Pacific time, and we all get on a Zoom like this. We play something motivational or music or something in the background. Sometimes we give out tasks and say, okay, we're gonna follow for 5 minutes. Okay, we're gonna message for 20 minutes. Sometimes we give out the tasks, and sometimes we just say, okay, we're just gonna work together for an hour. And I know it seems silly, but there's something about actually getting on a call and seeing each other's faces and just sitting down and working together. That's how Stephanie and I have gotten to where we are, is every night, pretty much every night, we're on a call either with our team or together, and we just work together for an hour. And you can even bounce ideas off each other. It's just a good way to keep yourself accountable and just do the things. So, and you'll get a lot done in an hour. I went diamond off power hours, you guys. I would come home, I would make dinner, went into my room, got on a power hour, and then I went and spent time with my husband, and then I went to bed. So I went diamond by doing that and working on my lunch break and like the little nooks and crannies in my day. So if you're busy, that's okay. You can still fit this in and be successful. You just have to be intentional with your time. So if you can, please, please, please try and get on the power hours. And we also do a team call every Sunday night. Like at this time, we're doing a new distributor training this week, but we usually have some sort of team call. And then the family call is what's before this at 7 o'clock Pacific time on our CEO's page, Mark Pentecost. And they do announcements and they do all sorts of stuff. So make sure you're catching that call. It's super important. Watch the replay if you don't watch it live. And then the other corporate call is on Monday nights. It's called the Show Me the Money call. I always share it into the group chat, and it's Pam Souter. She interviews new top leaders in the company that just promoted, and they all kind of tell their story and they talk about what works and how they work their business. And it's super inspiring. Half the time I end up crying, and it's really cool to see lots of people that are successful with this and how it's changed their life. So I suggest you guys watch that in the replay if you can't watch it live. But other than that, you guys use the groups, use your sidelines. You guys are all on the same team, so like work together. Check in with Stephanie and I when you need, and don't be scared to ask for help. You're never bugging us. We love it when you guys are blowing us up. And don't hold yourself back. There's a whole nother life outside your comfort zone, and you're the only person that's going to get yourself there. So don't hold yourself back. I wish I didn't hold myself back for so long, and I'd be so much further if I would have just did it. But that's all I have. Steph, do you have anything else? Awesome. I'm going to stop the recording before I forget.